bit sassy, a little bit crazy, a little bit classy. We got dreams and we got goals. We're just a couple of old sassholes.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to A Couple of Sassholes podcast. I'm Brooklyn Johnson.
And I'm Heather Terry.
And for all of y'all that don't know, this is our power hour of true crime where we talk about fucked up people doing fucked up shit, usually for fucked up reasons or no reasons at all. And if I don't shimmy shake, it didn't happen.
I mean, it makes me kind of sad if you don't do it.
I have found that out. That's why I really leaned in. Exactly.
Yeah, I love it.
Good. Because that's what we do here at A Couple of Sassholes podcast.
It's the reason for the season.
It is. Turtle penises.
Whoa. I was going to shimmy into Christmas, but here she goes.
I dove into the turtle. Oh, I did not dive into the turtle dick.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So Jess, our lovely producer, who we love so much.
Yes.
She sent us a wonderful video today and simply said, enjoy.
Yeah. With a period at the end of it.
And I just saw the turtle and I thought it was a turtle being picked up because
by a penis.
no, picked up by a person. I was like, oh, someone has a pet turtle and we're going to see a pet turtle. Cute piece of joy.
It was, I'm sure somebody got joy out of it because, whoa.
Yeah. So they picked up this turtle and it had a dick inside of another turtle and it was huge.
I don't know how it was inside.
I don't know where the penis goes on its normal, everyday, day-to-day life.
I mean, they got a lot of room up there in the shell, I guess.
But I don't think
they're growers, not showers. I don't know.
All I know is I will be Googling this, preferably not on my work computer, but I have to know how it gets that big. Are they just like, are they low to the ground and they're crawling because their dick is just like rubbing on the ground?
Like they can't be any taller because their dick's so heavy.
Yeah.
Like they have to sit like they're low riders for a reason.
Yes, they're hiding that big cack.
I mean, have you seen that video that went viral? That was the
big one
fucking,
going,
fucking the shoe. The turtle fucking the shoe that.
No, I thought it was a different.
What?
I thought you were talking about that one big one, that big old tortoise,
So,
not
you
a turtle.
Watch turtle porn? Wait.
Yeah, I'm into it. No, but things happen, and it was like a big ass tortoise, and it was fucking, and I swear to you, it was like,
No, I'm talking about it's the turtle like this big, and he just goes. I swear.
No, and it was fucking a shoe.
Yeah.
I think you sent it to me actually.
Yeah, I did.
Was it like a loafer?
I don't remember the footwear. I don't remember who the penetrate-e. I just remember the penetrator was the little Raphael or Donatello looking mother fellow that was just like,
Isn't that what we all sound like?
no.
I know.
What? How do we bounce
So,
back from this?
I
Anyway.
don't know. Last week was our first company Christmas party.
Yay.
Which was us and Drew and Jess.
So much fun.
It was fun to like feel like we had an actual like company Christmas party.
Because we did.
All four of us.
Yes, we did as a squad.
It was great. I got Buzzy Bear,
Margaritas, martinis.
lots of IPAs or IPAs.
Yes.
I like to call them IPAs because
yes.
I'm annoying. Fucking annoying. It is what it is and I can't stop it. Neither can I stop this nose itch.
Man,
I get in there.
that's cute.
Huh?
Zoom in on that.
Sucks that we're on camera sometimes, you know? And
You know
then,
what I'm saying?
so me and Heather call each other Becky for no fucking reason. And so I don't know if there was like some TikTok shit or something that happened like 3 years ago where we're like, Becky.
No, I called you Sister Becky. I told you a story about my friend's aunt, and you thought it was funny.
So Becky Christmas.
Yes.
It's been called Becky Christmas since the dawn of time. We always have our own little Christmas together.
Oh my gosh, so much fun.
And ours is coming up on Saturday, and we're very excited.
Yeah, because this comes out the day after Christmas. But
Yes.
right now, obviously, still Christmas.
Enjoy the jolliness of it.
I know.
So we're going to eat our crab legs because for whatever reason, when Heather and I get together, we eat crab legs.
I think it's because our spouses aren't as
Don't
into
really
them,
like crab
and
legs.
we kind of are obsessed.
And I will slap myself in the face with one.
Like, I made a joke saying that I would Lady and the Tramp you for a crab leg.
And I said, let's do it.
On our
I'm in.
Patreon. No, I'm kidding.
So I'm pumped about that.
Yeah, it's going to be a large
We
time.
have a lot of good shit ahead of us.
Got like 6 bottles of champagne. I think that should be enough for me.
Yes. And we're going to watch movies in the hot tub.
Yes.
I'm very excited about that.
Yes.
It's going to be a good time.
Large.
We'll make sure to share all of our shit on social media. Make sure you're following us.
Yes.
Like, rate, review, subscribe, all that jazz.
Okay, bye.
Let's talk about my story.
Do you want to?
I think we should.
I think that's why we came here.
Yes.
So give the people what they want.
And I am giving you so much of what you never knew you needed, but you fucking want it, and it's going to deliver.
Whoa.
This story tickles the fucking shit off my fancy.
Not your pickle?
Nope, my fancy.
Oh, okay.
I got to spice it
Here's
up.
your one chance.
Fancy, don't fail me now.
No.
Okay, I'm focused.
Okay. Me too.
Okay, Wikipedia, The Guardian, The Standard,
Are
and
these your
Sky
sources?
News. Yes, I was about to say that. Apparently, it was all news articles that I could find outside of it, and I'm sure a whole bunch of other podcasters have done this too, because same shit, different story, right?
Yeah.
Same story, different shit. I think that was more accurate. All right. So I'm going to start off with hard-hitting questions. What do you think it takes for someone to be obsessed with eating someone?
To be obsessed with eating
With
someone.
the thought of nom-nomming on some fleshy flesh.
You're coming hard and fast right out the gate.
I have been working from home and my husband's been out of town for a week, so I don't get a lot of human interaction. So I came in here fucking jazzed.
I know you. Yeah.
I was like, bitches, I'm here. Let's go.
What do you think? What do I think it? Ask me one more time.
You know what? I'm just gonna move past it. So, for anyone who doesn't know, cannibalism is the act of eating the flesh or organs of another individual of the same species, and it's been practiced by humans throughout history in a variety of different cultures and societies. The National Library of Medicine states, although evidence of cannibalism in humans dates back millennia, for most civilized societies, it is an unthinkable act of violence and strictly taboo. However, for some, this theme encompasses a pathological or sexual realm. Vorophilia, or sexual cannibalism, is at its simplest level a psychosexual disorder characterized by the erotic desire to be consumed by or to personally consume another human being's flesh.
What?
Want to start here with some knowledge, some facts.
Okay.
So now that you 100% understand what this story is going to talk to you about, let's do it.
Oh, here
Let's
we
hop in.
fucking go.
So
All right.
we have Armin Meiwes.
What?
I had to look up everyone because I was like, I go into these stories and I don't look up the name and then have it pronounced to me. So I don't even know if I'm ever saying shit correctly. So I looked into it.
Okay.
It's Armin Meiwes.
Okay.
Probably not the weird.
Well,
it's
because you
Meiwes.
were like Ippus, and I'm like, are you being funny? And it's like really Marvis or something.
No,
like,
it's spelled Meiwes, but it's pronounced Meiwes.
Okay.
He was born on December 1st of 1961 in Essen, Germany. He was the only child of Waltrid Meiwes, his mother. Armin had 2 older half-brothers from his father's previous relationship with another woman. At one point, I was like, there's not a lot of information about his childhood, but obviously, whenever shit goes down, guess who likes to talk? Neighbors, friends, acquaintances, your grocery store attendant, your postman. They lived in apparently a mansion, and I'm going to make sure that this photo pops up, so I'm not going to forget that.
Okay.
They lived in this mansion where, and when Armin got older, he ended up owning the home. It was a half-timbered mansion in Rottenburg, Germany. There were 43 rooms.
That's it.
And for each room, his mother had given it a name. One room was called Morning Dew. The other one was called Sunlight, which I thought was super cute. And that's some shit I would fucking do.
Yeah.
All the names were really beautiful and positive. It was kind of highlighting the cute like countryside that was around it.
Were they decorated to that?
I don't know. And I like the question.
I don't sunlighted, like if it's not yellow, that feels like
right.
Feels like a waste.
Right. But whenever I show you a photo, it was like one of those Timberland houses. So like think wood and then like white. Like, you know, those wood and white, like that kind of timber look. So I don't know what the inside was, if it was like all wood or not. Some of the photos
white or wood.
Wood or white.
Or white. Options.
Anyway, it was a really, really stunning home. At some point, it ends up like disintegrating to a degree. I'm sure it's because they couldn't fucking keep up with 43 rooms. I don't fucking know. I'm sure it was very dusty.
Yeah.
So, apparently he was a big old mama's boy. Though he was born into an affluent family, their emotional and financial decline is like, it's reflected in the demise of this manor at some point. At the age of 8, all the men in Armin's life had disappeared. One brother, Wolfgang, love the name.
That's a good name.
He became a priest in Berlin. And then another, Engelbert, which I'm sure was Engelbert.
I'd go by like Inky or something.
Yeah. Ooh, I inked.
Oh, I inked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
So Engelbert,
Okay.
he moved away permanently.
Spit my eye.
He moved away permanently, and his father had left his mother. She was 40 when Armin was born, and she was married 3 times. It appears that she was overbearing and domineering, and her third husband left too.
Oof.
So it was really just him and his mom, which I'm sure is creepy. In the early 1970s, when his school friends were wearing jeans, his mother would make him wear the traditional lederhosen shorts. So poor boy, man.
Oh.
Had to have been brutal. Had to have been brutal.
Little baby German Norman Bates.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, this one was weird because you're always intrigued by like what facts you read in newspapers and shit. So one time whenever he was like a younger, they say like a young man. So I don't know if that's fucking 13 or whatever age that was. He had a friend spend the night and she ordered him to go to bed because the clock turned 10 p.m. And I was like, what a weird thing to highlight, because if that's your bedtime, fucking go to bed, bitch. Right?
The clock turns 10. It's
It
not
was
like
literally the way they said the clock turned 10
Yeah.
and he was told to go to bed.
like that, like a gong played.
Right?
She's like, go to the West Wing, go to the
Right?
moonlit room, or
Which is perfect for sleeping.
room 42. Like,
Yes. At this time, he began creating his cannibal fantasies.
what?
Those
Wait.
those adolescent years when he and his mother lived alone together in this huge manor, he started collecting material on the crimes of Fritz Harman. Have you ever heard of him? I hadn't either. He's the vampire of Hanover who killed at least 26 young men in the 1920s. You do? In the 1920s, and he butchered his victims and then drank their blood. And then I was like, oh shit, we need to do that story. But he was beheaded at a public execution in 1925. So Armin starts getting obsessed with the serial killer. Not that I'm just going to say he's not a serial killer. This guy isn't. But the signs were like starting to razzle dazzle.
Bells are ringing.
Yes. Yes, they are. And I just started singing a Christmas song.
I knew as soon as I said it.
I was like, okay.
Go ahead.
So then this guy buys a Barbie doll and then he dismembers it and he keeps the parts locked in a safe so that his mother wouldn't find him, which tickles my fancy that like a young kid had a safe that he was putting a dismembered Barbie doll in. I don't know.
18 things of what you just said is weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Like,
know.
just hide Playboys or something. What are you
I
doing?
know. Why would it matter if you broke a Barbie doll apart?
I don't know.
Unless you like
teeth marks
cut
on it or
it
something.
off the, I don't know.
Terrified or
Because you can pop them bitches apart and be switching their arms. I'm pretty sure I did that shit. That
Oh
was
my
weird.
God, I Mr. Potato Headed every
what I'm
dog,
saying.
cut their hair.
I know I didn't have a safe in my mansion to hide it from my parents.
Yeah, just put it in one of the rooms. I'm sure she doesn't go in all of them.
Right?
There's no way.
It would, fuck that. There's so many places. Now that his mother wasn't aware of any of this and he was battling with his own sexuality. I always feel hard for any individual at any time.
Yeah.
Like 70s, 80s, 90s. Oh my gosh. Anything before the 70s, praise be. I wish you well. But for this one, he was trying to figure it out. Like he didn't know A, how he felt, or B, what would happen if he just came out as gay.
Yeah.
Peep this shit though. When he took a girl on a date,
Okay.
his madre, which is mother in Spanish, for anyone who doesn't know, his mom legit came with and sat in the back seat of the car.
Of course she did.
That is so weird.
I'm not surprised.
If he was able to drive, he was 16 years old, whoever the fuck was. They were able to drive at 16. I don't know the laws over in Germany, so I just kind of made that up. But I'm like, I'll just hang out here. What the fuck?
I mean, I'm not shocked. She
creeped
said he
out.
was a mama's boy, so I'm sure she sat in the middle
Yeah, but it's still so weird.
and like wiped his mouth after he ate. Cut his steak for him.
Okay. Like they were having steak at 16. They probably went to fucking...
He lived in a mansion.
You know what? You're right. I'll shut the fuck up. I don't know. You finish the story.
Okay.
He eventually had a fiance named Petra. I do suck because I didn't look this one up, so I'm just going to say it the way I want to. Petra Zinhauser. But after 9 months, they parted because, as he would say later, both she and her mother were too strong-willed. Whenever they met, he said it was like going from a shower to a storm. This confused me because I don't know if they were talking about her mother or his mother. But either way, no vows were exchanged. They didn't get married. According to villagers in Rottenburg, which I just love that it's villagers and not just according to the community, the relationship...
The Rottenburgians.
Who knows? The relationship between the mother and the son was a bit more than just what you saw. Though they felt like it was a devoted son and a devoted mother, shit was still like pretty bizarre in there. Enough for people to say something about it. But once more, they said it after the fact. Who knows if anyone would have been like, hey, what were your thoughts on Armin? They'd be like, oh, he's great. One neighbor was like, as he was an adult, they were like, he would mow my lawn, like take up my trash if I forget it. Like they were like a super nice, normal guy.
Yeah.
And whatever. It appeared to friends and neighbors, though, that the mother was bitter as fuck. Like, literally, they didn't use bitter as fuck in the newspaper article, but they used whatever is the synonym to that doesn't involve cussing. She had terrible experiences with men, and so she took it out on the only person that she could, which was her son. And the fact that he was a boy probably didn't help. I wonder if it would have been different if she would have had a daughter. And she would call him worthless, like in front of people sometimes. Kirsten Spang, who lived near them, had said, quote, he was like the outsider, the family runt. He was lonely. He was a lonely introvert. Fucking fuck. He was a lonely, introverted boy, end quote. But he always forgave his mother. Even when he joined the army, he was still able to live at home due to his work. And so he was a grown man living at home, which I understand, 43-bedroom mansion. You could fucking do blow in room 13 and your mom would never know.
I mean, you didn't have to see
prostitutes right in and out, or sex workers right in and out.
I mean, you could live in another wing and not see her for 2 weeks.
Right?
Unless they're tiny rooms. Just a bunch of closets.
I mean, it was a big ass house, but now that I think about it, I'm like, maybe they were tiny rooms. When I looked at it, I was like, oh, that fits 43 house. That's a 43 18 bath. Mission.
No, I spit my tongue.
I saw it. All right. So one time one of his neighbors was like, are you ever going to get married? And he said, quote, perhaps I will one day, but when my mother is dead.
Whoa.
Well, she does indeed die. On September 2nd of 1999, she had suffered from cancer for some time, and Armin had cared for her throughout because once more, he was a good son. She was 77 and he was 37 at the time. From that moment, it was time for him to chase his fantasy.
No.
Jeez. Jeez. I read at one point he fashioned... I did all my research yesterday, and I was really tantalized by this story, but I forgot this part. Oh, shit. Okay. He fashioned pieces of pork into the shape of a penis and then ate it.
What? Like he'd make a
pork chop penis. Like took some little ham slabs, rolled them. I don't know. I didn't get photos. Now it was at this time that we need to address his overwhelming desire to eat a person, to consume someone utterly. Though it was almost time for him. Though it was also time for him to pursue his gay relationships as well. He was like, it's time. I'm going
to come out of the closet.
I'm going to be free to do what I want to do.
And I'm going to eat my way out. What?
So he started with his army buddies.
Don't ask, do tell.
But he also frequented bars that were used by sex workers as well. So he was like, dude, I hang out with all these dudes all day. I bet somebody wants a little taste. While his mother was alive, he appeared unwilling to relinquish the last hold on his heterosexuality.
That's it.
Sexuality.
That's all, folks. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you.
That was hard. But after her death, his thoughts turned exclusively to gay sex, murder, dismemberment, and cannibalism.
Fuck.
Hard pivot.
I mean,
I was Ross in the stairwell screaming, pivot the whole time because this bitch pivoted.
God, I hate Ross. Don't talk about
I
Ross.
love him. Okay. I'm hoping that I looked up what this word was.
Pivot.
Man, I didn't put it in here and I looked it up and I forgot it. But Meiwes was Oedipal, Oedipal, and his love for his mother, which is a Berlin psychiatrist named Kristen Lang had said, quote, he wanted her love above all and after the love of his brothers. By denying normal relationships and feelings, he was forever slipping closer to an abyss by which it would be impossible to pull back. So like, he was on the brink of pretty much all of this, the precipice of all of it. And then once his mother died, he was like, all right, let's go.
Game on.
You know what helps when you have crazy fantasies?
What?
The internet.
Oh.
And we are now in internet time frame. He tripped and fell right into it. And in return, the darkness got him. I wrote that and I kind of feel a little good about it.
I mean, you...
He had developed a fascination for computers as a young man and once planned to make his fortune by setting a computer school in the manor house. That never actually happened, but weirdly enough, and I left this in because I wanted you to think of how weird this was.
Okay.
In one of the rooms in the manor house, it was just a ton of broken computers.
Why?
Because he was obsessed with computers and he was like rebuilding them. And there's just like a creepy room in this house. He was like, I'll just throw it in there.
Oh.
Like a weird, intense junk room. But when you have 43, I guess you can have a lot of junk rooms. He found his kink online, which don't we all? Don't we all?
No, we don't.
You did. You did at some point. And he frequented... I've got to like AI my shit to take out words that are hard for Brooklyn Johnson to pronounce. That needs to be a code. Frequented sites for fetishes and sadists. In 2000, almost exactly a year after his mother's death, he posted a message on a chat room message board visited by those interested in cannibalism. Because like you always say, Heather, there's an ass for every chair.
That doesn't mean you have to sit there.
That's true. But good to know.
Apparently he sat down.
He was using the internet under a pseudonym Frankie, which when he was a child, he had fantasized about having a brother named Frankie, but he also turned that into an invisible, like an imaginary friend. So Frankie was like that name.
Did you say this was 2000? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That's like
Jeez.
Wild Wild West of the internet.
Yes.
Okay.
So what he was looking for, quote, seeking well-built man, 18 to 30 years old for slaughter. The message was seen by Bernd-Jurgen Brandes. Bernd-Jurgen, and I'm apologize, but I love saying it, so I feel like I'm always gonna be like Bernd-Jurgen, and I'm gonna try not to.
I'm gonna try. You can't, because I'll laugh the whole time. And I feel like shit.
Well, that's his name.
Okay.
He was a super successful and highly paid computer engineer from Berlin. He was 42 at the time, but he shaved off a good 7 years to make sure that he was more attractive for Meiwes.
Mm.
The emails between the two men were like a love letter between a new couple. That is, if the couple was into torture and sadism versus sweet, tender kisses. Armin had sent photos of his teeth and had promised to bite his tongue out with them. Did I fuck something up?
What are you saying? Okay.
Because it read like a love letter.
Read that again. The part about the teeth.
Okay. So as I was saying, it was like a beautiful, sweet love letter if you were into some kinky shit. And so he had sent him photos of his chompas, his teeth, and like promised to bite his tongue out with them. He was like, look at these fucking pearly whites.
What?
Yeah.
I just pictured those when I got the Invisalign stuff and you had to take pictures of my mouth.
Oh my God, I've never been so deep inside your mouth before. But that day. Heather was like, I can't do this. And I literally had to open up Heather's teeth in her whole fucking mouth and push like that weird shit in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That stuff to take the mold of her teeth. And then I had to take photos and get my camera inside of her jaw. It was good shit.
Anyway, that's what I pictured whenever you said he sent photos of his mouth. Just there.
Yeah. That's what
anyway, so he's going to bite his tongue off.
Once more, like Bernd-Jurgen was into this. He went for this. This was all consensual. Every part of this was consensual.
Okay.
And there's evidence of it. Now, did they have mental health issues? Yeah, right? I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. Like, I don't know if
people are into some stuff.
Like, if you're into doing it, like, if you're seeking it out and someone else is seeking out, I'm not here to tell you it's right or wrong.
As long as nobody gets hurt. But
now, I'm also not Bernd-Jurgen's family. where I'd be so upset that my son wanted to get murdered
Right.
and eaten. Like, that's a whole different, like, I'm taking this from the two individuals who were a part of it, not their families outside of that.
Okay.
Bernd-Jurgen Brandes had an unhappy childhood himself. In 1963, on a family vacation, his mother was killed when her car hit a tree. And then his dad was like a super well-respected doctor, but he could not get over it. And so he kept telling his 5-year-old son that she killed herself.
Stop.
Because he refused to believe that she had lost control of the vehicle and hit a tree.
What the okay.
Yeah. Which is fucking sad. He excelled at school. He became a valued expert at the Simons Group. Is that how you say that? I think so. Which we know that. I don't know, but SIEMENS Group, which I feel like I see all the time. And he had a girlfriend at the time. He did confide in his friends that he was bisexual and that he was very interested in cannibal sites he visited. So he also didn't hide it from his friends.
I mean, clearly not.
Right. Armin had a website, which is obviously not up and running now, but he estimated from his excursions online, Armin, from his own research, said that at least 800 individuals in Germany had killed and eaten people.
What?
Based off of all the communication he's had. Now, I pulled this straight from the Standard article from Keith Dovkants, if I spelled that wrong, Dovkants. I didn't spell it wrong because I hadn't spelled it yet, but if I said it wrong. And he wrote this article on April 12th of 2012. And by the way, he is a beautiful writer, and thank you for your hard work. He wrote, and I quote, "A glance at the internet suggests he may be right. The message boards are filled with earnest appeals for people to offer themselves as cannibal fare. One posted a few weeks ago and still current reads, quote again, if anyone knows where I can obtain a toe from a female age 18 to 35 years old, please email me."
A toe.
This, I wanted to make sure to grab the...
T-O-E.
Yes.
Not
No.
like his car broke down. I'm kidding.
I hate you for that. I literally hate you for that.
I know, but a toe.
Yeah. So I wanted to like show you guys that was 2012. That's why I had to take it right from there and be like, yeah, in 2012, dude was looking for a toe. Now, there's a whole nother scenario if someone's like, dude, $20,000, I want a fresh toe. I'll be like, which one do you want? What? Fuck yeah.
The bit, not your big one, you
20,000.
can't walk.
No. 20,000?
No, I'd be
No,
like,
it'd be like fit.
don't say that. So we're going to get some weird emails. Somebody being like,
I want the money first. I got to chop my damn toe off.
They'll be
I
like,
don't know. My sister, she's
deposit.
married to a doctor. She's a nurse. I'll be like, y'all, let's do this. Come chop my toe off.
You would lose a toe for $20,000.
Not 20. It's got to buy me a new car. 50,000. Times are tough. I'll chop a toe off. I don't feel like I need it as much. I also think it'd be real cool. Somebody looks at my foot and they're like, you're missing a toe. I'll be like, oh no, some dude paid me $50,000 for that toe. Ain't that some shit?
You would be the
I think
highlight.
he ate it.
You'd be
I think he ate my toe.
You'd be the highlight of every office icebreaker question.
Yeah.
Tell
I'd
me
be
an
like,
interesting fact about you. I sold my toe on the internet.
yeah, I'm pretty sure this guy named John, he ate it.
He ate my toe in a
Yep.
Caesar salad. This is so fucking weird. All right, keep
I
going.
know. I told you to buckle up, Betty. All right.
Wonderboy Media is not only the proud producer of this glorious magic imploring your ear holes right now, but they're also a big deal.
Get in touch with them today to make all of your dreams a freaking reality.
From using their bangin' ass podcast studio,
Where we are right now.
to creating amazing videos and editing our content like the mystical mavericks they are.
Your podcast can go further when you have a Wonder Boy.
Hit up Drew today at WBOYmedia.com.
Or text him day or night at 270.
Just kidding.
The two decided to meet and make their dreams a reality. I do want to point out that there is evidence that this was truly a willing experience. In my mind, bash me for it, there is no victim per se on this because number one, Bernd-Jurgen was a smart man. He was not a stupid man. He was a smart, educated man, and he made this decision. And so I personally, and once more, please do not attack me for it. I don't feel like there was a victim because there's multiple pieces of evidence that show that he was requesting this.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I have to say. So any of the jokes I make are purely because this is a really fucked up experience and there's some funny aspects to it. And I do apologize, but That's the nature of a Couple of Assholes podcast.
That's right.
On March 9th, 2001, Armin and Bernd-Jurgen got together at Armin's mansion. They go to this creepy ass room in the house that has, and it's creepy, and I'll make sure that it's part of the post. It has a wooden cage in the corner that Armin later said he put his sexual playthings in, which once more, I do believe that this was consensual stuff.
Yeah.
And it was a kink and a playful experience, though I will say it looks like a fucking murder scene.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, it had like, you're going into
What's
this.
in it?
It's just an empty cage that he would like put people in the cage
Oh, no.
for sexy time.
Absolutely not.
I mean, I
I'm down for some stuff, but you ain't putting me in a fucking wooden cage.
could probably get into it.
You just said you'd chop your toe off, so.
I have low expectations. I get lucky my husband never listens to our podcast either.
You come home and he's like, you're like, is that a chicken coop? He's like, no.
We have a huge cage for our dog. He'd be like, get in there. I'm like, what the fuck? He said that no one was cannibalized. Like it was just a kink thing. There was an iron bed frame.
Okay.
And then a blue floral pattern mattress. And I know we all fucking know which mattress this was because I had this mattress as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
We all like, yes, you remember that fucking 80s, 90s, 2000s mattress. There were also ropes and a leather harness that were like sitting on the bed. So Bernd-Jurgen took 2 bottles of Night Nurse, which is a paracetamol for headaches, and drank some alcohol. I read that it was schnapps. I also read that he ate 20 sleeping pills, which is not the night nurse said it was a paracetamol, which is like a headache medicine, but didn't have a sleepy aspect to it. So why would it be called night nurse? I don't fucking know. I don't live in Germany and I don't work at CVS. So I don't know. And then I also read that he drank cough syrup. So I just want you to know there was some meds to slow down the heart rate type of experience going on there.
Mm-hmm.
He was working on making sure that maybe he could take some of the pain out of this experience. FYI, this was recorded on video.
What?
Yeah, they recorded it. Once more, from my understanding, and I don't know this for fact, I feel like I read it. I also feel like sometimes I fill in the gap of my own imagination. I think this was also used in the court case to prove that it was consensual. Like, he said it. But I also don't think you're allowed to kill someone if they ask to be killed. That comes to that whole thing of if I was dying of cancer and I asked you
Like
to kill me, assisted
Dr.
suicide.
Kevorkian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Armin proceeds to cut off Bernd-Jurgen's penis. He then proceeded to cook it. I read that it could have been fried or possibly flambéed or sautéed. Everyone has used a different descriptor. As long as I would like, and they seasoned it. So it was a fully cooked penis. I want a Rachel Ray. I want to know, was it garlic? Was it basil? Was it thyme? Did you put some onion powder on it? Was it garlic salt?
I can't. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So he sauteed, flambéed, fried this penis. And then both Armin and Bernd-Jurgen ate it together.
Stop.
Jeez.
He was.
Yeah.
Oh,
they ate it together. Now, I also read that Bernd-Jurgen, like 2 things about Bernd, is that first, like he said it was too chewy and so he couldn't eat it, but he also had a ton of blood loss at that time. So I'm sure the whole experience wasn't good, but I'm pretty sure that like Armin was like, nom noms, bitch, this is tasty. So the texture of a penis, I presume, is like a fresh calamari. I wrote this story. I had to sit and think about
you've been
chewing on a penis.
I hate that I now am doing that.
Yeah. You're like,
oh my God.
Just like,
no, I'm not.
I did. I was in my office like,
that's why I bit my tongue earlier.
I bet. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Just wanted you to know that.
Oh my God.
During this time, I read in The Guardian that Bernd-Jurgen took a bath. Like Armin drew him a bath for some relaxation time.
Okay.
Which he's also fully bleeding out.
Yeah.
While Armin read a Star Trek novel.
Okay.
As he was bleeding out, which we're aware of this, in the early morning hours, Armin decided to kill Bernd-Jurgen at that time, and he thrust a knife into his throat. He then proceeded to butcher him. He bagged him up, froze his remains, and he was ready for some future meal prep.
Stop.
Jeez. I read, too, that he had buried the skull in his garden. Over the next few weeks, he defrosted and cooked parts of his friend in olive oil and garlic, eventually consuming about 44 pounds of human flesh before the police finally tapped on his door.
What?
44 pounds!
What the?
That's a lot of fucking meat.
Yeah.
He said that, quote, with every bite, my memory of him grew stronger.
I knew you were going to say something.
He also said that he consumed his victim with a bottle of South African red wine. He got out his best cutlery and decorated his dinner table with candles. In his mind, he was showing like respect to the meal. I believe as like you guys, I'm not a fucking cannibal. I'm really into cooking though. And if I was trying to make something feel special and give respect to the meat that I was consuming, I would do the same things.
Well, when I come to your house for Becky Christmas, if you start putting like fucking Mrs. Dash and garlic and shit in the hot tub and then you tell me to get out, or you're like, I'll be right back, I'm going to be like, oh, fuck.
You're my beef stew.
She's making me some fucking soup. Becky soup.
He did say that he tasted like pork.
God.
I don't know about all that, but.
That's it. Keep going. Ugh.
Yeah. He wasn't arrested until December of 2002. So I was like, when did it start? It was like a year and a half later. When a college student alerted authorities to new advertisements for victims online. And they say victims online, but I'm like, it's like, is that like a fucking board that someone's like, hey, I want to murder somebody. I'm like, ooh, me. Like,
I don't know.
You guys, I don't know. I'm a fucking 37-year-old who knows a little bit about marketing. Other than that, I really have no good information for you. I can't tell you because I'm not educated enough in this.
I don't think I want to be.
I also wonder, too, this student was like, hey, I just want to highlight that there's somebody doing this online. Like, bitch, you online? You were on that site?
I don't know.
That member board?
I'd trip and fall into some weird shit. Not that weird, but.
I wouldn't know what to do if I was like on a random fucking site and I wouldn't know what, I would be like, I just got to call the cops. And the cops are like, oh yeah, we have same access to this. We don't know. Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
The investigator searched his home and found body parts along with the video tape of the killing.
So they didn't go to his house until the college student saw the post.
A year and a half later.
So he was just over there whining and dining himself for a year and a half on his friend.
Yep. Armin Meiwes was diagnosed with a schizoid personality but deemed fit to stand trial. On January 30th of 2004, he was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to...
You said manslaughter, so it's not going to be very much.
8 years and 6 months.
Oh, my God.
Not very long. When he was speaking to a German newspaper, he admitted to cannibalizing Brandes and expressed regret for his actions. He also added he wanted to write a biography with the aim of deterring anyone wanting to follow in his footsteps. Then websites dedicated to Armin Meiwes, truly, Google that, started appearing after his 2002 arrest with people advertising for willing victims. He said they should go for treatment so it doesn't escalate like it did for me. So he got a fan club.
Well, at least he's not saying go forth and prosper. He's like, isn't that the Star Trek thing?
What? Fancy fingers.
Is that what that is?
I don't know if that's Star Trek or what's the other one?
Wars.
Star Wars.
This is Trek.
Okay. I feel like there's a third. I don't know. In April of 2005, a German court ordered a retrial after prosecutors appealed Meiwes' sentence, arguing that he should have been convicted of murder because he killed for sexual gratification, a motive proved by his having videotaped the crime. So even though he had videotaped it, which I don't know if he videotaped it for evidence that it was consensual or if he was going to whack off to it later or what. Like, I really don't know. So because he recorded it, they're coming back saying it was a sexual gratification murder.
But he could have been like, we both want to do this. Look.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows? The court ruled that the original trial had ignored the significance of the video in disproving the argument that Armin only killed because he had been asked to kill. Because Bernd-Jurgen had actually said, kill me. It's wild.
What?
I know. At his retrial, a psychologist stated that Armin could re-offend as he still had fantasies about devouring the flesh of young people. On May 10th of 2006, a court in Frankfurt convicted Meiwes of murder and sentenced him to life imprisonment.
So from 8 years to life.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
That one's a tricky one because, I mean, if he offered himself up willingly, I mean...
I'm with you. Like, I know we're on a podcast that is just you and me and Jess in this room talking about it.
Yeah.
And I know that people are going to be like, people get angry over anything.
Yeah.
Because everyone's a fuckhole half the time. But I'm like, I agree with you. I think he should have had the 8.5 years.
I mean, he knew he was doing something wrong. The other person was willing participant.
But cannibalism isn't illegal in a lot of places.
Ugh. Yeah.
It's the murder, right?
Yeah.
So the cutting your dick off and eating it, by all means, flambe that shit. But it's the fact that he killed him afterwards.
Yeah.
So murder still took place.
Because who knows if he changed his mind and he was like, well, we're already here. So that's kind of the fine line you have to watch. Like, who knows if once he's there and he was like, I don't want to die
as soon as he got there, he was impatient to be killed. I'm glad you said that.
Really?
He literally, Meiwes in court said that when Bernd-Jurgen got there, he was the impatient one. But he was like, I want to be killed.
Is there evidence of
that? Could be
though?
on video.
That's who knows though? That's what I'm saying. Like, he could have been there and been like, I changed my mind. And then he's like, well, tough shit.
No, apparently from every... And the video of it all, he was eating his own penis. I don't know. I struggle on this, but I personally don't.
Like,
I want to do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Yeah?
Like, I'm a human. I want to do whatever I do. And if at some point in my life I wanted someone to help me kill myself, I'd be like, do it. Dude, what if I got bit by a zombie, bro? Shoot me in the head. Get me out of here. Chop off that arm. I don't know. Here's my toe.
If you got bit by a zombie, you're going to turn into a zombie, right?
I know. So shoot me.
If the zombie apocalypse happens, I'm just going to get bit. I'm like, I don't, this is stressing me out. I can't even watch Walking Dead. Because the whole time I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to walk around all scared all the time. Just give up. Let me be a zombie for life.
Hear you. I don't know where to go from there.
I don't know. Just say goodbye.
I'm not done. I'm not done with my story.
Oh, I thought you were done.
Oh my God. My watch is going ape shit banana pants. Something or someone or things are happening and I want them to go the fuck away.
Oh, okay.
And I just turned my head away from the mic and said all of that shit. So my bad. Okay. So he ended up getting life, which I do think is a bummer bear. Please don't kill me, everyone, for me saying that. But once more, it seemed so consensual in everything that I read. And like he had wanted to die and be the food and the nourishment for.
Flip side, though, is that he did it and he knew killing somebody was elite. Like it was the wrong part.
Totally right.
So, I mean,
you're totally right.
He knew he was doing something wrong.
And he had a girlfriend and like just went off on this trip to die. I mentioned that.
I forgot.
Yeah. Bernd-Jurgen had a girlfriend and just like went off to go get murdered.
Oh, man.
It's crazy.
I wonder how she's doing. Could you imagine?
It depends on how long the relationship was.
Even if you were like, I went out with this guy 2 times. He's really nice. I think I want him to meet my mom. And then he's in the newspaper. Like,
apparently he didn't want to meet your mom. He didn't care about it. Yeah. Fuck. As of 2020, Meiwes has been allowed to go outside of the prison for supervised excursions and disguise around town in a different state. In prison, Armin Meiwes works at the laundry area and often attends the church service. Just last year, though, which is pretty sad, in 2023, his home was actually destroyed in a fire. Oh, man. And they believed it was arson. Like, the mayor of the town was like, I'm actually really happy about this because people obviously, it's a 43-bedroom mansion that someone ate someone's dick in. Like, everyone's fucking all up in that place doing crack and the heroines and fucking mice. There's all kinds of shit going on there. Apparently, 2 juveniles... Isn't that what happens in an abandoned home?
Fucking mice.
Not fucking mice. There's fucking mice. Like there's freaking mice there. Ain't nobody in there fucking a mouse unless it's a turtle.
No.
Split that little mouse.
Are you done yet?
Almost. If you shut up. Okay. 2 juvenile suspects are under investigation. What I read, though, was in the same year. So for all I know, those kids are arrested for the arson of it. While in prison, Armin Meiwes, the cannibal, is now a vegetarian.
Stop it. So the last piece of meat he ate was a wiener?
No, he probably ate meat in jail.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I'm sure he's still eating
He's
dick.
vegetarian?
Dude, he's gay in jail. Dick swinging everywhere.
Swinging?
I don't know. I don't have one, but I feel like they're like an elephant trunk. Right? Just swinging around. I don't know. That's the story. That's the story of Armin Meiwes and Bernd-Jurgen.
Wow. R.I.P. Bert.
It's Bernddt. Bernd-Jurgen.
Okay.
From what the Google Translator name announcer thing said.
Wow.
Ain't that some shit? I told you that was a crazy one.
It's kind of boring.
Thanks, bitch.
No, that was what?
That's a crazy one.
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes you feel torn because you want to be mad about murder, right? Like, you want to be mad about it. You want to be like, what the fuck? Like, you're so fucked up, but you're over here like, people are into it. It's almost that fight on, and once more, gosh, I feel like I'm going to get obliterated on this episode, but like, cannibalism and the desire for that, I wonder if it's the same mental issues that make you a necrophiliac. You know, like when we did the story on necrophilia before, and you realize that there's this whole community of people who like to fuck dead bodies, and then you're over here and there's a whole community of people who just want to be eating that tricep. And I don't know, it's wild.
I told that story about the lady that did that, left her husband and went south and did the same thing.
Yeah. Well, there you have it.
Fuck.
I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas.
Yes.
Because this comes out the day after Christmas.
That's right.
And all the Santa Clauses.
Safe and happy New Year.
Tim Allen came down your chimney.
Well,
it's been a dream of mine since I first saw him in the 90s. I'm always going to love Tim Allen.
You do have a hard dick for Tim Allen.
I love him.
Yeah, you do.
Oh my God. I think he's my hall pass with Trav. It's fucking 70-year-old Tim Allen.
That's your hall pass?
Dude, what I would do. I love Tim Allen. He's my favorite.
I mean, okay.
He's everything. That's why I want us to.
I like Steve Martin when he ate my hall pass.
Dude. I have no chance with Tim Allen. He's in a loving marriage.
He might see this and think differently. He's like, maybe he wants to chop your toe off. Who knows?
If he wanted to, fuck, I'll give you a discount. Okay, I love you guys so much. Like, rate, review, all those things.
Love you too. Please don't break up with us.
Yeah, pretty please. Don't get mad.
Get sassy.
We love you. Bye.
Bye.
This episode was sponsored, edited, and produced by Wonderboy Media. Get the deets at WBOYmedia.com to see how you can make your podcast dreams a reality.
Help us out and be sure to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to our audio project. Don't forget, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at, of course, A Couple of Sassholes.
Want more sass? Become a member of our Patreon for bonus content, merch, and more. Plus, we're on Cameo now, so there's even more ways to get the sass you need just how you like it. As always, don't get mad.
Get sassy.
Theodore, can I pet that dog?